Coming up on today's episode of Airborne, it's a serious victory for the FAA and repair stations. Boeing considers a composite single-aisle airliner, and a milestone is reached in the CAF National Airbase Project. Welcome to Airborne on Aero-TV. I'm Ashley Hale. As we are wrapping up today's episode of Airborne, our newsroom got a late-breaking story. Jim Campbell is here to report.
Thanks, Ashley, and hi, folks. Well, we've got something of a teaser for you in terms of what might be breaking news in the next few days. We've been in contact with Mooney, who promises us some information in the next 24 to 48 hours. So hopefully by Wednesday, we're going to be able to tell you about, get this, a whole new Mooney. They call it the M10 series, not like the old M10 series of old, and in particularly the new J model, and not like the J model they've had in the past as well either. But if you look at the art that we've received, take a look at that, and you kind of got to be excited because, well, it's Mooney. And let's face it, they got the tail where it belongs. So as a 3-time Mooney owner, I'm excited. We'll see what comes of it. And with luck, we'll have a little bit more information. But Mooney in the past has always emphasized performance and styling and keeping the gear up and locked and as speedy as possible. So we have great hopes for what we're going to see from Mooney in the next few days. Stay tuned. Could be interesting. For the Aero-News Network, Airborne, and Aero-TV, I'm Jim Campbell, looking for some of that Mooney speed.
It looks like it is possible for the aviation industry and the FAA to actually agree on something, thanks to a coalition of aviation trade associations and the responsiveness of the FAA. The changes to the proposed repair station rules have been tweaked a bit. The word serious has been reinserted into the paragraph of 14 CFR Part 145, requiring repair stations to report failures, malfunctions, or defects in articles received for work to the agency within 96 hours. Last week, the Federal Register posted the FAA's direction to reinsert serious in 145.221A, saving incalculable costs for both itself and also the private businesses it regulates. The rule, as it was written in August, would have imposed onerous burdens on maintenance providers and their customers, as well as agency inspectors, but generated no additional revenue for industry members, and most importantly, no improvements to safety for the flying public. ARSA's executive director, Sarah McLeod, said in part, quote, "Our system worked. Together, we made things right," end quote. The Boeing 737 MAX is a bright star in Boeing's galaxy of products, but the possibility of a new star is just over the horizon. Boeing's CEO, Jim McNerney, said that the company is already considering the airplane that would replace the single-aisle 737 MAX, and it would most likely be a composite construction aircraft. McNerney is reported as saying, quote, "By 2030, we will have a new airplane, and there is a good chance it will be a composite airplane," end quote. According to reports, the new plane would look a lot like existing 737s, but would be slightly larger. McNerney said the competition from foreign manufacturers was among the factors spurring the company to consider developing a new single-aisle airplane. Meanwhile, work continues on the 737 MAX, which is expected to fly in 2016 and be in service with airlines by 2017. After these messages, things are looking good for the CAF in Dallas.
ADS-B will be mandatory for most aircraft by 2020 in the United States, but you can benefit from ADS-B today with the Bendix King KT-74 Mode S transponder. The KT-74 meets the global mandates for ADS-B out when attached to a suitable WAAS GPS. Finally, the extraordinary story of the world-changing X-Prize space competition is being told and illustrated with hundreds of insider photos in Jim Campbell's colorful new book, Beyond the Blue. Journey with Jim as he flies formation with spaceships, plays in zero gravity, prepares rocket racers, and documents the amazing first decade of the personal space race. Available this summer. Get your advance order in now by checking out www.kindredspirit.com.
Welcome back. If you'd like to be a supporter of Airborne, Aero-TV, our website, or our podcast, drop an email to jim@aero-news.net. The Commemorative Air Force reached an important milestone in the CAF National Airbase Project. Last Monday, CAF officials met with the City of Dallas Economic Development Committee and discussed many of the details about creating a World War II aviation attraction and CAF headquarters at Dallas Executive Airport. CAF officials says they're meeting regularly with city officials, area residents, and local companies to begin establishing relationships and laying the foundation for the CAF in the city of Dallas. The CAF has also started working on fundraising. The City Council's Economic Development Committee has agreed to recommend final approval to City Council on the first part of $8.7 million in proposed financial support, scheduled for a vote November 12th. The second part, including the lease, will be reviewed by this same committee on December 3rd. CAF Steve Brown said in a message posted on the organization's website that the CAF's headquarters at Dallas Executive Airport will infuse new life into the local community. Each week, we share with you a sample of an online video one of our viewers found especially entertaining. We call it our Aero Video of the Week.
Final liftoff.
Clear.
There you go.
Watch these pilots quench their desire for a milkshake by flying from Torrance Airport up the California coast in a TAF Sling LSA for milkshakes in Camarillo. Search Camarillo for milkshakes on YouTube. Last Monday, the membership-based airline Surf Air took delivery of their first Pilatus PC-12NG aircraft. This is the first of 15 aircraft ordered from Pilatus by Surf Air. This newest aircraft joins a fleet of 3 legacy PC-12s that Surf Air employed initially to introduce their business model. 2 additional new PC-12NGs will join the fleet by the end of this year. As new aircraft come online, the older legacy PC-12s will eventually be phased out. These new aircraft will allow Surf Air to expand its service to Carlsbad, California, beginning November 18th, and Oakland, California, beginning December 15th. Surf Air will take delivery of additional aircraft ordered in 2015 and 2016 before making a decision on exercising up to 50 additional options it has for future PC-12NG delivery positions. After the break, a candy drop doesn't sit well with top brass. Stay tuned.
Redbird Flight Simulations is dedicated to revolutionizing flight training by designing, manufacturing, and delivering affordable and innovative flight training technologies. Each Redbird device is designed to enhance the training experience for pilots of all levels, from student to ATP. Redbird is quickly becoming the industry standard for flight training. Since Redbird introduced its revolutionary FMX in 2007, colleges, universities, and flight training operations around the world have integrated Redbird products into their curriculum. It's time to discover what Redbird can do for you. Join the migration.
During the Berlin blockade of 1947 and 48, American flyers became heroes for dropping candy to the beleaguered children of Berlin. However, a recent candy drop was not so well received. A National Guard Black Hawk crew has been suspended from flying status after they reportedly dropped candy over an upscale Phoenix neighborhood 3 days before Halloween. The helicopter took off on a training mission from the Papago Military Reservation near Phoenix Sky Harbor International Airport. En route to Deer Valley on the north side of the city, the aircraft flew over the Arcadia neighborhood where they dropped the candy over a Halloween party. It reportedly hovered over the party for about 3 minutes. Army Brigadier General William Hall reportedly said, quote, "The incident was not sanctioned by the Arizona National Guard and will be investigated further to ensure it does not occur again. The Arizona National Guard does not authorize nor condone the use of military aircraft or equipment for personal use." End quote. Following the loss of Spaceship Two, Virgin Galactic says about 20 of the 700 people who've paid deposits for a flight aboard the company's suborbital space vehicle have asked for refunds. But the company did not say why they chose to ask for their money back or which prospective astronauts have decided against the trip. The slot for a flight aboard a Virgin Galactic spacecraft was set at about $250,000. It's been said that Sir Richard Branson's company had collected nearly $80 million from people who wanted that experience of traveling into space. It's reported that fabrication of a second spacecraft that was already under construction at Scaled Composites is continuing. The spacecraft in the hangar is an identical twin to Spaceship Two. Virgin Galactic says it hopes to have the new ship flying by the end of 2015. The date for the first passenger-carrying flight has not been announced, but has slipped considerably. Well, that's our program for Monday, November 10th. Remember to get comprehensive real-time 24/7 coverage of the latest aviation and aerospace stories anytime at aero-news.net. Remember, Airborne is streamed 3 times a week and is always online. Join us every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday for a new edition. And remember, the next generation of Airborne will be unveiled right after New Year's. I'm Ashley Hale. Thanks for watching.